here's my hopefully encouraging, hype womanly kind of hot take that no one is undateable. I have seen this word come up in far too many comments or DMs or just people talking to me in real life. And the truth is that none of us are undateable. We just might not be projecting the best, most dateable version of ourselves. You know, we are always going to be lifelong learners. We are never going to be perfect, and we're always going to need to lean into self-improvement, self-development, and just figuring out, you know, what are our weaknesses, what are our strengths, and really leaning into, you know, what we're good at and trying to figure out how we can actually bridge the gap of the things that we fall short on. And I think that's just being a human. And I think if you are growing and you don't feel that you are currently projecting this type of person who is dateable, who is attracting attention, who is attractive, then it's time to step up and figure out how you can do that. The first thing that I would advise is to get interests. Interests and hobbies make you interesting. It gives you something to talk about and it gives you more depth. So, for example, I just went horse riding the other weekend and I really loved it. It's something I've not done since I was a child. And it was just so invigorating, to be completely out in nature, away from technology and everything, and just really in line with this creature, this amazing creature, and learning how to, you know, collaborate with a horse. And I really want to lean into that because it just makes me a joyful person, and I think it's a fun thing to talk about. And, you know, anything from photography or cooking or sports or, you know, just anything that you are interested in is immediately going to interest others. It's also important to say that everything takes effort, and to really optimize ourselves, we are having to, you know, to do the work as well. It's not that any of this comes naturally. You know, ask yourself, what are the 3 core areas that you really want to improve on? You know, is it your physical health? Is it your interests and hobbies outside of work? Is it your social skills? Because you can really lean into those. You know, if you want to try and get hobbies and interests, you could also do something that is going to increase your physical fitness. So it could be joining a, I keep using the pickleball example. I feel like I sound like Brett Cooper. You know, you could join a pickleball club or badminton club or something, or, you know, go swimming and do something that is also helping you to lean into the social side of it as well, to meet like-minded people while also, you know, going towards your goal of being in your best physical shape. And if it is your fitness, you know, you don't need to run a marathon or sign up even for a half marathon, but it's about doing these incremental steps. Fitness is definitely something that I'm trying to get more into. So I've started going swimming, then I've been trying to learn how to squat, which does not come naturally to me. And, you know, doing like, I don't know, cycling. I just got some roller skates. I want to start roller skating with my dog. And, you know, just new, exciting things which are fun to talk about, fun to do, and also will just help in general physical physique and health and fitness. Because that is really attractive when you see someone who is wanting to learn new things, do new things, go on little adventures, but also do things that improve themselves. That is a talking point, and it will help you be your best self. And if it's more leaning into your social skills, then, you know, pick up a hobby which you can go to a class for. You could go to a cooking class or something where you're going to have to interact with other people, and just really lean into feeling comfortable in different and new situations. It's very easy for us to get stuck in this rut of this kind of traffic line that we're always doing. You know, we go to work, we see our families of origin, we go see our friends, and we're not necessarily pushing ourselves out of these comfort zones and putting ourselves in situations where we need to be good at starting conversation, or we need to be good at having small talk. Sometimes we have to have small talk. So put yourself into those, like intentionally try something new where you're going to have to be a little bolder, be a bit braver, because all of these skills are going to help to amp up the moment when you want to talk to someone that you might be interested in. And this will also help you be more dateable, more approachable, and also more, hopefully, receptive to other people's conversations, and also able to make that first approach as well. Remember that no one wants to date a mope. No one wants to date someone who is in this like pessimistic mindset, because it is a mindset. I will say that of course we all have days where we're like, is it ever going to happen? Are we going to meet our person? Why does no one I like me? Or why do I not like anyone? But we really have to take it from optimistic and hopeful point of view. So, you know, God could change our lives in an instant. And that's the energy we need to be giving off, not desperate energy and not energy like this is never going to happen. We need to believe that this will happen in the right time with the right person, and to be really proactive about that. And I don't mean that in the way of like, you know, every single day proactively trying to talk to someone of the opposite sex, or proactively putting yourself in situations where you might meet new people, although those are good things. What I mean is that like we should be proactively chasing that joy, because if you are a joyful person, if your life is full, if you genuinely, you know, forget all these games of like playing hard to get, but if you're genuinely hard to get just because you are living such a good and full life. And also, this is not a glorification of busyness, because I do think that this whole pandemic of busyness is a whole other issue, but more just, you know, if you're really leaning into the relationships that matter to you, the work that, you know, really energizes you and leans into the passions and the mission that you feel on your heart, then that's going to be, you know, contagious, really. Like, people are going to want to talk to you about those things, and that's immediately going to, you know, lift up your social skills and your kind of status in terms of that is an interesting person, that is someone I can learn from. So if we're always learning, we can always help to be that person in the room who can, you know, give someone a new perspective, tell someone a new idea, and give a fun fact at a dinner party. Ideally, you know, you want to be an enjoyable person. Like, at this point, I'm hoping that we are capable adults, that we are adulting well. And, you know, you want to be fun. And what I will say is that you really do become what you consume. So I'm not a massive TV watcher, but I let myself watch 2 things this week, one of which was really uplifting. And I like watched that film completely present. I was like on my sofa with my dog. My phone was in my hand. I wasn't second screening. And I was watching this film, and it was really like, I don't know, it just pumped me up. It was really motivating. It was inspiring. And I left that interaction with my TV like, yeah, life is great, and there's so much goodness out there, and there's so much for us to taste and see and do and learn. And I felt really happy. I felt really, really happy. The next day I watched this series because I heard it was good, but it was an 18, and I kind of thought, okay, let me watch it. And it was so dark. There was just so much darkness in it. And I left that feeling really depressed and just like, oh my gosh, the world is so dark, everything is so dark, humans are crazy. And honestly, the mood shift was palpable. I felt so low. I had no motivation to do anything. And I just felt like it's just, what's the point? And that was just from consuming like a film and a TV show. So please be careful about what you are letting inside of your soul. Remember that your eyes are the lamp to your soul. So you have to be, you know, concentrating on things that are lovely and good and virtuous, and that will lift your spirits. Either be watching things that, you know, are going to teach you something, or watch something that's going to genuinely just like fill your heart with joy, because otherwise I just don't see the point. I really don't. These things can really bring you down, and we're called as just humans in the world, citizens of the world, to be, you know, happy, and to also be responsible and accountable for our own happiness, because we want to project that into the world. We want to be capable, good, and virtuous and happy people in the world. That is the best thing that we're called to do on this earth. And so whatever you can do to help foster that is really the most responsible, and it is the time for us to take radical responsibility for our lives. And also the influence that we have on the world and on those around us. So yes, this has been a quick one because my camera's on 2%, but please just try to lean into being a really capable adult, but also a happy adult. You know, someone said something to me the other day. I was holding a baby and he was like, "You want a baby, don't you?" And I was like, yeah. And he said to me, you know, just because you want a baby, don't marry a baby. And I thought that was actually a really good line. So this is my encouragement to all of you, you know, like, we need to step into this adulthood. We need to try to be, you know, our best versions of ourselves, the most confident, most interesting, and, you know, just always be working on ourselves, whether that's like a hobby or our own confidence or our own ability to really give off joy, and do like an audit in your life. You know, what are the things that you do that energize you, that are life-giving, and what are the things or the people that you're seeing who maybe are, you know, sucking energy from you or sucking joy from you, because that's really our responsibility, to make sure that we're feeding in the nourishment that we need for our souls, not just our body, but because it's all like emotional, physical, spiritual and mental, and we need to look after everything. We're integrated human beings. And so this is my encouragement to you, to just really lean into that. You are not undateable, and you just need to love yourself and project that into the world, and that's going to make you infinitely more lovable and more interesting. And that's what the world needs. The world can be a dark place, and it needs us to be joyful reminders that God created us and God is ultimately in control, and that is such a relief. So I really hope that this has encouraged you, and yes, here's to us being more lovable and knowing that we are eternally loved by God. All right, speak to you soon. I'm on 1% now. Bye.